Hastar, a name that sends shivers down the spine of those who dare to utter it. The name itself was a whisper in the darkness, a forgotten deity lost to the annals of time, yet his presence lingered like a shadow over the land, a being of immense power and insatiable hunger. His eyes, glowing with a malevolent light, pierced through the veil of night, searching for something he could never have. He was the embodiment of greed, forever cursed to remain imprisoned. Bound by chains forged from the very essence of his own avarice, Hastar's prison was as much a part of him as his insatiable desire. His legend haunted the village of Tumbbad. The villagers spoke in hushed tones, their voices trembling with fear as they recounted tales of Hastar's wrath and the curse that befell those who sought his treasure. It spoke of a treasure beyond measure, guarded by a wrathful god. A treasure so alluring that it drew the greedy and the desperate into its dark embrace, promising untold riches at a terrible cost. Hastar's curse was simple, yet absolute. Those who sought his treasure would find themselves ensnared by a fate worse than death, their souls bound to the very greed that drove them. He yearned for human flesh, for the taste of his own offspring. His hunger was a torment, an unending craving that gnawed at his very being. Yet he was forbidden to touch them directly. His hands, once capable of grasping the world, now passed through it like a ghost, forever denied the satisfaction of his hunger. He could only watch as his treasure lured them to their doom. The gleam of gold and the promise of power drew them in, like moths to a flame, unaware of the darkness that awaited them. A cruel and ironic fate for a god consumed by desire. Hastar, the once mighty deity, reduced to a mere spectator of his own torment, forever watching, forever yearning, forever cursed. Tumbbad. Nestled deep within the Sahyadri mountains, Tumbbad was a place few dared to speak of, let alone visit. The village was perpetually cloaked in an eerie mist, a shroud that seemed to hold the very essence of mystery and foreboding. The air was thick with the stench of wet earth, a constant reminder of the village's damp and dismal existence. It was a place where the sun rarely pierced the thick canopy of clouds, casting a perpetual gloom over the land. Superstition and fear were the only constant companions of the villagers who lived in perpetual dread of the unknown. Among them was Vinayak Rao, a young boy whose life was overshadowed by whispers of a hidden treasure, a legend that had haunted the village for generations. Vinayak witnessed firsthand the devastating consequences of greed when the curse claimed his own family, leaving him with a profound sense of loss and a burning desire for answers. The tragedy left an indelible mark on his soul, a scar that would shape his destiny and drive him to seek the truth behind the village's dark secrets. With a burning desire for both wealth and revenge, Vinayak embarked on a journey that would take him deep into the heart of the village's mysteries, uncovering secrets that had been buried for centuries. His quest led him to the ancient temple ruins, overgrown with vegetation and shrouded in an aura of malevolence. There, he discovered old manuscripts and scrolls that spoke of a deity, Hastar, whose greed had cursed the village. The legend told of a dark cave where Hastar's treasure was hidden, guarded by unspeakable horrors. Undeterred by the dangers, Vinayak entered the cave, torch in hand, determined to claim the treasure and break the curse that had plagued his village for so long. As he ventured deeper into the darkness, the shadows seemed to come alive, whispering secrets and warnings. Finally, he found the treasure, a sight both awe-inspiring and terrifying, for it was guarded by the very spirit of Hastar. In a climactic confrontation, Vinayak faced Hastar, his courage and determination pitted against the deity's insatiable greed. Emerging from the cave, Vinayak was victorious, but forever changed, having uncovered the truth and broken the curse, but at a great personal cost. The village, once shrouded in shadow, now basked in the sunlight, its people hopeful for a brighter future, thanks to Vinayak's bravery. As Vinayak looked upon his village, a sense of peace washed over him, knowing that he had finally brought an end to the darkness that had haunted Tumbbad for so long. Years later, Vinayak, now a man hardened by life's trials, returned to Tumbbad. He sought to claim the treasure that had cost him so much. Driven by a potent mix of ambition and the need to right past wrongs, he dared to challenge the curse that loomed over his ancestral home. He remembered his grandmother's stories. He knew the rituals, the secrets hidden within the heart of the earth. Armed with this knowledge, he ventured into the darkness, ready to face the wrath of a god. Deep beneath the decaying mansion that was his birthright lay the entrance to Hastar's domain. The womb-like cave, damp and oppressive, reeked of decay and whispered promises of unimaginable wealth. It was here that Vinayak confronted the monstrous form of Hastar. He made a pact with the cursed god, a dangerous bargain that promised riches beyond his wildest dreams. But the price was steep, a constant dance with death and the ever-present risk of succumbing to Hastar's insatiable hunger. Section 5. The hunger that consumes. Vinayak's initial triumphs were intoxicating. He amassed wealth, leaving behind the poverty of his past. Yet, each successful foray into the womb of greed chipped away at his humanity. The darkness within him grew, mirroring the insatiable hunger of the god he had bargained with. He involved his son in the treacherous expeditions. Blinded by his own success, he failed to see how the lure of easy riches poisoned his son's innocence. He became a slave to the cycle of greed, repeating the mistakes of his ancestors. Section 6. Sins of the Father. The consequences of Vinayak's greed were swift and brutal. His choices had a devastating ripple effect, destroying his family and leaving him teetering on the brink of madness. The line between ambition and obsession blurred, paving the path for his downfall. His son, corrupted by the endless pursuit of wealth, became a mirror of Vinayak's own descent into darkness. The cycle of greed, once set in motion, proved impossible to break, leading to a heartbreaking and inevitable tragedy. Section 7. Echoes in the Darkness. Tumbbad is more than just a horror film. It is a haunting journey into the depths of human nature, exploring themes that resonate far beyond the screen. The film's narrative is steeped in the rich tapestry of Indian folklore, weaving a story that is both timeless and terrifying. It is a chilling parable about the corrosive nature of greed and the enduring power of folklore. The story revolves around the legend of Hastar, a mythical being cursed for his insatiable greed. This curse becomes the central motif of the film, driving the characters to the brink of madness as they seek to uncover the hidden treasures of Tumbbad. The film masterfully blends stunning visuals with atmospheric sound design, creating an immersive experience that lingers long after the credits roll. The cinematography captures the eerie beauty of the Tumbbad landscape, with its misty forests and ancient ruins, evoking a sense of dread and wonder. The sound design, with its haunting melodies and unsettling noises, further enhances the film's otherworldly atmosphere. The use of light and shadow, particularly in the womb cave sequences, is masterful. These scenes are a visual representation of the characters' inner struggles as they navigate the darkness both within and around them. The flickering torchlight and deep shadows create a sense of claustrophobia and impending doom, mirroring the characters' descent into madness. It reflects the inner turmoil of the characters, while the booming score underscores the ever-present danger. The music, composed by Jesper Kyd, is a crucial element of the film, heightening the tension and adding to the overall sense of unease. Each note and crescendo is carefully crafted to evoke a visceral response from the audience, drawing them deeper into the story. The film's mythology, deeply rooted in Indian folklore, adds another layer of depth and terror. The legends and myths that form the backbone of the story are not just background elements, but integral parts of the narrative that shape the characters' actions and fates. This rich mythological context gives the film a unique cultural resonance, making it a standout in the horror genre. Tumbbad is not just a film to be watched, but an experience to be felt, a dark and twisted tale that echoes in the darkness long after the screen fades to black. Section 8. A legacy carved in fear. Tumbbad serves as both a visually stunning horror masterpiece and a cautionary tale. It reminds its viewers that greed, like the monstrous Hastar, can never be truly satiated. It will consume all those who dare to make a pact with it, leaving behind only destruction and despair. The film's enduring legacy lies in its ability to terrify and enlighten in equal measure. It is a haunting exploration of humanity's deepest desires and the terrible price we pay for succumbing to our darkest impulses.